Profanity Nation.
Yeah, it's the new era of man for some old school fans with a new school brand. We got money on the mic with the plan in hand. And Stat Pat to his left, they go hand in hand. And to the right, we got Simpster, he putting it down. It's the Profanity Nation, we running the town, yeah.
It's the Profanity Nation.
Profanity Nation.
Hey, welcome to the show. Welcome to the Profanity Nation podcast, where we are the voice of the professional fan. We are here every Sunday night on Infinity TV at 8:30 p.m. As usual, I'm joined by my co-host, Mr. Money Mike.
Yo,
Money
what's
Mike.
going on?
How's fishing been for you?
Man, you know what? It's been really interesting. I'm trying to find $100 million to give Austin Reeves right now.
All right, you're trying to find, in the off season. There you go. Yeah, so you're looking for $100 million fishing lure.
Yeah, Austin Reeves.
Mr. Stat Pat, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, man. All things considered.
All things considered, it's okay.
It's okay. You can't win them all.
Yeah.
And put things in perspective, right? 2-10 start the season.
Oh,
Westbrook, and we made that trade. We got life. We knocked the champs out.
Yeah, we did.
And
do we really care about that?
Okay. Are we saying championship or bust?
No. Let me ask it this way.
But that's not.
Sure. No. Let me ask. All right.
Let's hear this go.
Because it's two ways. It's two
Here
ways
we
we
go.
can say
Okay.
it, right? Let's get into it.
We all.
But it's two ways we can say it.
Yep.
As a Laker fan, is this good enough for us?
No, it's not.
As a LeBron fan, is it good enough for us?
Okay. So
Those two different
As a
questions.
Laker fan,
As a LeBron
who watched this season,
I know what you're doing there.
It's great.
As a Laker fan, is it good enough?
All right,
As a LeBron fan, is it good enough?
Okay, so obviously, right there, we're trying to find out where your allegiance is, right? We're trying to see if caring about your guy's legacy overrides your love for the team. Then that's what I'm saying. For me, I don't care about that little cat fight because I'm thinking about the big picture, and I'm looking at 4 teams in the last of the playoffs, and 2 of those teams are the Lakers and the Celtics. So conceivably, the potential is there for one of us to get 18. That's what I'm looking at. I don't give a damn about the legacy talk.
the LeBron.
I don't care about the LeBron
But
because Curry assaults LeBron's legacy. He literally does that. So he's the fly in the ointment. Like he's literally the person that can have a say. It was almost like the Kobe Duncan debate.
Mhm.
You feel me? You hear that shit a lot, right?
Right.
The Kobe Duncan debate. You think about it, they both got 5. Well, who was the one of the era? Who was the one? And you hear a big argument for Duncan against Kobe. That's what we have here with LeBron and where with Joe.
It's pretty simple. Who would you ask the NBA marketing team who they'd rather have? Kobe.
Yeah.
He makes more money for the league.
Right.
He brings more attention, more eyes, more
So,
everything.
but-
because of marketing,
Yeah.
but he never. But at the end of the day, Duncan never defended a title. That's it.
So let me
Never
Done.
went back to back.
Done. Never went back to back. Boop, you're done.
Yeah.
You're done.
That's true. Three-peat.
Yeah.
Look, three-peat is something different than
A back to back.
it's hard.
100%.
Yeah, it's even better than a back to back, and that's hard.
All right.
Right.
So
Yeah.
so as we know,
Go ahead.
we'll keep it here though. As we know, of course, the Lakers lost the series against the Denver Nuggets. Denver Nuggets are playing, I think, like right now while our show's going on. So I know you're listening, watching us, and watching that game or something close to that. The thing about it, guys, is that it doesn't look like a fluke. Denver looks great. And what it looks like is the Lakers were overachieving after the All-Star break and after the trade deadline. We all knew that. It was like a wow, but we'll take it and we'll go. And yes, the question was, could they overachieve all the way through to a championship? They hit a wall.
Yeah.
They hit the truth. They hit reality
Right.
in Jokic and your boy Murray. Let's talk about Murray a little bit. Get off your LeBron. He's so disappointed over there. Okay, go ahead to say your point. And then
What were you doing?
There's
let's give some flowers to Denver because they took it to us that series.
Well, I'll give some flowers.
They
First of all, Jokic is, because of the market, because of the lack of attention, you hear about him, but until you actually really see, like I saw him literally at least 6 times, shoot a ball that was probably the best defense ever played, and it looked like a ball just went up in the
It was a
air
Hail
and
Mary.
it never hit the rim. It
Yeah,
just
just-
went straight through the hoop. And after you see that 2 times, it's no longer a fluke.
You know what I'm
And you
saying?
realize
Uncanny effectiveness with that
ridiculous.
shot.
right, and you realize, oh, that's his shot.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
That's his shot.
You know what I mean?
He can make that.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's almost like back in the day when they were like, oh my God, Kobe shot with the left hand. It was like, wait a minute. Oh, Kobe, but Kobe, he practiced that shot.
Right.
So, he just never used it in the game. And that's what you realize about the Jokic. Like, man, oh no, that he practiced that. That's just like, remember James Edwards back in the day, and he had a fadeaway,
Yep.
but he was 7'2".
Buddha.
So nobody could ever block a shot because he had a fadeaway.
Right.
But getting back to it, I have mixed emotions about this whole. First of all, was the playoff run fun? It 100% was. Was I into it? Yes. But after the end result for me, I kind of was like, man, I'd rather just not make the playoffs. Why do I go through all that? And you know what I mean? How do y'all feel? Are you?
Well, I want
do you
to
guys
clear
appreciate that
something
run?
up. I want to clear. No. I'm actually quite happy with it because this was the only way that we could truly see where this team stood and how to project for next year.
That's my point.
That's the only way we could see
That's
it.
my
If
point.
they finish the season, without didn't make it to the play-in, we never.
That's my
Right now, and you know what? If we don't make it where we are, Austin Reeves maybe doesn't get that $100 million deal, and Lakers don't say, "Hey, he showed up in peak time." So
You're right, but we're probably not going to sign Russell. Also,
that's okay because he didn't necessarily. He
Right,
showed
because
up a few times,
yeah,
but it's okay. Is
he
he
ain't
the
worth it.
man? I don't know. Depends what they do. If a Fred Van Fleet comes in, who knows what happens there? But we are not. I would almost guarantee we're not paying Austin Reeves, and who knows? We'll still see what happens. But it sounds like we are if we don't make that run.
That's true.
You know?
I can rock with that.
So it's growth, it's progress. From the great Giannis once said, "There are no failures in sport."
Oh, God.
I actually think it's pretty good. Yeah, I think it was. Guys, let's talk about Denver now. Okay, guys. Murray was outstanding. The thing that really shocked me, I'm going to take the stars and set them aside. The things that shocked me in that series is I really, really assumed that the role players for Denver would have a dip on the road, and it never came. Gordon kept playing. They all kept playing, and just pounding it, and they never stopped. That was impressive to me. Steph.
Yeah, and to echo that point, the fact that they were always on, no matter if it was on the road or at home. And I think what we like, going back to what you were saying, Money, was that we had to have at least those 4 games under fire to see who is going to come out like diamonds or who's going to bust like pipes. You know what I'm saying? Pressure does those 2 things, right? And so we're saying, like, all right, let me see what you got. What you got in the fourth quarter? Are you there in the fourth quarter making plays to help us win games? That's the end all be all. That's the plus minus what we're talking about. When you see D'Angelo Russell on the bench and we have to depend on Schroeder and Austin Reeves, that tells you who's the most valuable in these same situations. And so, yes, that's the only way we could able to understand what our team is. But the best thing about it, we know we have a foundation. Before we looked at this shit like it's just a house of cards, and we're just rolling the dice, and we're trying to win a championship for this year, and then we're gonna roll the dice next year, and we're gonna try to win a championship next year. Like that's what it looked like. We didn't have a sustainable plan. Now we do. And so, yes, I think those, even though we got swept, but we do know that Austin Reeves is that guy. We do know Hachimura is not going to fold under the lights. You know what I'm saying? We do know that now when AD is here, he understands this is your performance here. Okay, this is data. This is what you did last year. Let's not do that this year. And maybe we may win a championship, because you can't do this up and down shit and then be like, okay, we're going to win a championship. So, yes, I think those 4 games that we played against Denver was necessary. And we now understand that Jamal Murray was the same person he was in the bubble.
Yeah, look, I haven't seen such great coaching since Popovich. one thing I loved about the San Antonio team back in the Kobe era, it didn't matter the highlight, the slam dunk, the cheering, the great play. They just took the ball out and
Yep.
went back down there
Nothing
and
cheering,
ran their play.
Nothing.
And you see that with Denver, where it doesn't matter. Like Jokic, his triple doubles are so quiet, but in between the triple doubles, he does something. You'd be like, oh my God, I can't believe I just saw that. And then he goes back to be real quiet, real status quo, right? You have role players that kind of.
I'm gonna toss you a bone here, Mike, and I'm gonna say that the one thing that both of those teams have in common, Denver now and San Antonio Spurs, with the likes of a Tim Duncan, is a quiet leader who led on the court quietly, as opposed to like a LeBron who talks and says this and we need this, just goes out there and conducts business. So as the leader, is that the coach or is that the leader as the player? I'm not sure. I think it might be.
I think
the
it's more
player.
the culture of the team.
I think.
Well, I think,
but the top player sets that culture.
True.
Jimmy Butler is setting that culture for Miami.
Right.
Yeah.
So, LeBron is supposed to set that culture for the Lakers. The fact that he's quiet, it's a quiet confidence, and they've bought in.
It's funny because you say that, because now that I'm thinking about it, like Jokic has quiet confidence and he does his job well. So he's not super demanding of you to get your job done. He's not overbearing. He's not doing any of that stuff, right? However, what he's doing, he is literally keeping your life alive, you keeping you alive. Like, seriously, the work that Jokic does for a team is literally making all these dudes have bad nights and then get their game up a lot, because he is doing a lot of the heavy lifting. You said about like the quiet triple doubles. The quiet triple doubles are hilarious because what's happening in the background is you get 5 assists, 6 rebounds in the first quarter. That is a quiet triple double. You don't see the impact until it's too late. It's like, all of a sudden, you're like, damn, the numbers are just growing. We're in the third quarter. You said you had what at halftime?
Mm-hmm.
You had 18 points, 9 assists, and 9 rebounds.
But then he does that play. He'd be like, oh my God.
And now all of a sudden he gets the scoring in it. Boom, boom. Before you know it, he's at 32 points, 15 rebounds, 13 assists, 2 block shots. Because you don't even have to block the shot. That's just pass steady.
That's just great.
A block shot here.
Right.
Give me a steal. Oh, I got in the passing league. I got a steal now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's
come
all
on,
gravy.
dude. He is so affected of the game. It is ridiculous. And now the fact that you have Jamal Murray is a clutch player to making clutch shots, and he is killing. He don't even need Jokic in the pick and roll. That's the crazy thing about it. You would think Jokic would come up there and set the pick for Murray, and then they would work that pick and roll action. And then it's like, no. Imagine having Jokic off ball. He does all those stuff on the ball. Imagine he come in there and making that same surgical pass, because it doesn't matter. He is almost double team proof.
But that's what's so crazy about it, because I know in our series, especially when you watch Murray, everybody was like, you got to guard Murray. We got to stop Murray. Like, you're not even thinking about this triple double that's in the paint. You're thinking about how we going to stop Murray.
That is happening. You just got to live with this. You can't live with that.
You know
the only thing, to me, you have to face guard. At this point in time, you got to start doing some face guarding, because I need Jokic to go for 50. Like, I can't have him. I need him to have an anemic 50.
Well, remember I said that, though.
Anemic 50.
Remember I said that. I said
50 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. Like, he is not having the fucking 50.
But if you remember me saying that stuff, I said, look, we've got to figure out a way to get his assist down. Remember, I kept saying that.
Right.
I said, I don't care
Take
about
one
nothing
of
else.
his stats away.
We got to stop his assists.
Take
You know,
one away.
The assist
Because
is the most
Cover the
important.
pass. Yeah, but he's surgical with that shit.
Yeah,
man.
like,
Cool.
it's like,
How you want it, Jake?
happening.
I'm surgical with this
You
shit.
don't
dog.
know what's happening.
I'm surgical with this bitch.
How you want it, Jake?
For real.
It just he picks you apart.
Dude, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you
He
don't know
made
what's
one-
happening.
He made one pass in the first game where I think he got a double team, and I swear to God, you would think that he was going to hit the cutter or the dive. However, he hit the dude in the corner. So it's like literally it's an angle of the replay, so you see the dive. You're like, oh, that's a layup. I don't want that layup. Or that dude, because all the attention he's gonna be wide open. He wants a wide open. That's what's crazy about it. Like
Mhm.
he is playing with us right now.
He makes the right.
He is
It's
play.
crazy.
Dude, even if this dude was 15 assists, 6 turnovers, we would take that. We would take it all day
Well,
long.
Because
We'll take it. But he don't turn it over. So it's 15 assists with 1 turnover. 2
It's-
turnovers.
it's brutal.
tops. It's hard. Error proof, dog. He error proof. He's
Yeah.
doing this in every era. It doesn't matter.
All right. So I guess the question comes down to this then, guys, is the league tends to overreact to their champions. And all of a sudden teams start to change their strategy to get players that can compete against that team.
Okay.
If they so happen to get to the Western Conference Finals against that team or the finals. Is Denver a team that the Lakers should be scheming for next year? Is Pelinka looking at that going, we need to scheme for this because they're going to be the team we need to get past?
So let me say this. First, personally, I hate that I mean, obviously you got to keep teams in mind and their style of play. But I think Pelinka's focus should be, okay, we got LeBron, we're paying that dude $50 million. We got AD, we're paying him $45 million. What are the players that we could put around them to make our team the best that it could be? What I hate that teams do is that you got to keep in the back of your mind, but you try to play their game, right?
Adjust to that.
Everybody try to all of a sudden when Warriors shooting so many 3-point, everybody trying to get a 3-point.
Yeah.
But if that's not our game,
Right.
and that's not that, we don't play to those strengths.
That
We-
that
we-
screwed many a GM
Right.
trying to change that
Yes.
team to
We
compete with
we,
them.
Exactly.
we have to play. We have to find the players where we're gonna play to our strengths, and then go up against theirs. So that way they have to adjust against us, and we have to
Bingo.
adjust against them.
Bingo.
So for me, it's like these are what we have. These are our staples. We can't get rid of them. Let's get players that they need in order for us to go further. I hate that. I mean, in the back of your mind, you
Yeah,
definitely have to be aware of what's going over there, but you got to play to their strengths.
I
Right.
agree.
Is at the same time like, so we're giving Denver their flowers right now. We understand. We said for game 1, they were like, hey guys, you know what I'm saying? We understand.
Sorry, we didn't know.
We understand. We're like, but I'm just saying,
didn't know.
look at the Heat. Like, hey, now you understand what we,
Yeah.
Phoenix, we understand this. All of a sudden, it was too late. The Avalanche is on us. It's too late.
Yeah.
We didn't know what we got until it's too late. Now we're all aware. So now we got to take a deep breath and see how do we just match up with this team? Because at the end of the day, I'm looking at some positive with the Lakers. I think 3 of those 4 games,
We're close.
2 of those games we
Had
gave
a
away.
chance. Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So if I'm looking at that, I'm saying with all my deficiencies that we're talking about,
Yeah, they all were close.
you know what I'm saying? It's not like we got blown out.
Right.
And I know
We
that
had
we
a
got
chance.
something on them that they worry about. So let me see if I can get something. I'm gonna take Troy Brown. I'm gonna replace Troy Brown with somebody effective. I'm just gonna take Beasley and go ahead and take him out with somebody effective. I'm gonna do this and just make small little changes because all this other stuff was working. If I just go ahead and take these little things and then give those same minutes that we used to give Troy Brown was nothing, or Malik Beasley was nothing,
Mhm.
I'm gonna get somebody in there playing 12 minutes a game and give me 6 points a game, 5 points a game. Somebody's gonna be effective every time he's in there. He's gonna do well for my team, and he's gonna keep us
Consistent.
consistent. That's what we have to do, and
Yeah.
I do think that we're right there. That's why there's no reason to panic. Yes,
Right.
yes,
Because
yes.
we have to remember because it sounds bad. We got swept.
Right.
So when you said so we lost. So y'all lost 4 games in a row. Yes, but they all were under 10,
Right.
and they all were competitive.
Right.
And if you would have just done this and this and
Yeah.
that, we could have gotten that game. You know what I mean? It could have been a longer
Mhm.
series.
Mhm.
We have to keep. We
We
stick
have
to.
to, because if there are the standard,
Yeah.
we have to be measured to that and be like, okay, we're not that far away.
No,
Because
Which
all
is,
your rest
again,
of people,
why the playoffs were important
right?
to at least get there and
Yes,
scope
exactly.
this team.
But as a
Exactly.
Laker fan, I'm like, man.
Yeah,
It's a waste of time.
it's championship or bust. But like I think we are all in agreement that yes, there is value in seeing who you want to keep and who you have to.
And the
let go.
Lakers are definitely going to be projected higher next season than they were this season.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not
You
running
know,
under the radar.
You know,
This is a number 2. This is
Yeah.
at least a number 2, 3 seed, at least a 3 seed next year.
and let's take these minor victories, guys. AD made it through.
Exactly.
He
He
did.
made it through. We technically made it through with no significant injuries. We don't have to knock on wood about that. That's legit. We know that it takes luck. The injury bug is luck. So we held that together. That's a great thing. It really is.
No, it's great.
And AD, we got the. He was
So
up
he can
and
make
down.
a playoff run.
Yeah. So now he's had that under his belt. It's a good thing.
And you know what? Also, what's cool? We actually have the number 17 pick.
And they draft very, very
And
well.
we draft very well.
Yeah.
And so if
And
you
that's
say
low cost
then
talent.
this
we have to
low cost talent,
I can't think. I was just looking at today. Dude, I can't think of his name. But anyway, that dude was 7'1". They did it was Clutch Sports. See, this is how amazing this is. It was Clutch Sports workout. The dude was 7'1", and he made 14 threes in a row from the corner. And he was 7'1". Both corners. And it was a Clutch Sports workout. So, hey, LeBron, Rich Paul. I don't even know that dude's name. Y'all have to Google it. But
Lively.
yeah, I think that was his name.
Oh no.
Yeah, that dude made
fuck.
14 threes in a row from the corner. He's 7'1".
And he's a clutch.
Oh,
And he's Clutch Sports.
motherfuckers. Because that was my dude right there. That's why I told you I knew his name.
He went to
because I'm thinking like
he went to did he go to Vanderbilt or something? Or he averaged like 20 points a game.
yeah, and he's exactly what the Lakers need.
Man,
And the
listen,
thing is, once we get to see more tape on these guys and under these little combine situations, all of a sudden, the dudes that were there in the middle of the draft are not going.
Yeah.
But at the
he's
same
with
time,
Clutch.
but you got to give it up for the Bus brothers. You got to give it up because our scouting department is second to none.
I was going to say that's exactly what came to mind. Second to none.
Yeah, so they got to
I
find somebody.
really think, yeah. I mean, the whole league watches.
And you give it
the
a
Lakers.
17? You not giving us 22, 25? Well, can we find gems down there?
Yeah.
You literally giving us like right below lottery?
Like 10 picks, 5, 10 picks.
Yeah, you give it okay. Good for that.
Look, they gotta do. Cause I was like, "Who's this guy?" He made. And when I tell you they were all swish, I was
Another
like,
unicorn.
Oh, I was like, and he's 7'1".
You have to now at this
I was
point
like,
in time.
oh,
too.
Right.
Let's do
All
it.
right. So, okay, guys. So, let's talk a little bit before we go to break. We're going to break in a couple minutes here, guys. Let's talk about Miami, okay? Because
Okay.
their run to the finals is probably the most improbable in the league. That's for sure. We're always
AC.
talking about Cinderella stories and so forth. Let's start with you, Stat. Is it actually a Cinderella story, or are they've been injured and they just kind of this season they just didn't have the record? The Lakers did trades to get to where they were. Was Miami just injured to get that sort of that ninth or AC to get into that plane, and then now we're just seeing a less injured team, heroes coming back?
So if I'm making a mistake, so in the bubble they went to the championship, right?
Correct.
The year after that, when Milwaukee won, did they play Milwaukee?
Not sure.
To get a
I think
championship?
they did. They got eliminated.
Okay. The year after that, they played against
Boston.
and
Yeah,
lost in the
7.
conference championship.
Yep.
And then this year
They
they were
said they'd
back
be
in
back.
the conference
Yeah.
championship. So now we got a 4-year sample size of them being in the conference championship 3 out of the 4 years.
Consistent.
Okay. So that's where we're at with them. So yes, they are the 8th seed. But yeah, I would say it's more injuries than it is anything.
Well,
because
we talked all
they
season.
are who they thought they were.
Right? Yeah.
But look, we talked all season.
Not your
that
average
thi-
8
that
seed.
this whole season.
Was
like
strange.
the Warriors were like what the 6th seed, like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it-
it was strange.
there were this was nobody won 60 games. Like
Right.
it was just the weirdest season, just period. And seeding in this case really just didn't matter.
It felt like everybody had
Because
a
of-
puncher's chance.
Yeah, because I mean, it really went down to like the last minute between literally the 10 and the 6, right? Or 10 and to 5, like on where you would be placed. And you was only like a game or two away. Like it was just nobody dominated this season.
Nope.
like in the past. And I don't know why it was. Maybe is that what's that referee?
Eric Lewis.
Eric Lewis,
Don't
maybe
get us
Eric
started on
Lewis was refereeing all these some of these games.
We'll get to that.
Making sure that they win.
We'll get to
I don't know.
Hey, Money, I know that today you have to cut it short,
Yeah.
so we're going to continue on a little bit without you.
Okay.
Are you interested in handling your segment right now?
Yeah, you know what? We
Before
can
we go to
do
break?
that out of bounds. We can do that.
Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, so
Let's do it.
if you watch the show, then you know that we usually finish the show with a segment we like to call Money Mike's Out of Bounds. But today we're going to go ahead and do it right now before we go to break, because Money Mike's got an engagement he needs to get to. So we appreciate you taking time out and making some space for us, Mike.
Always.
So let's go ahead and hand the mic over to Money Mike. Money Mike Out of Bounds. You've got the mic.
Well, you know what? Like it actually, it's definitely a great segue into it, because we were talking about Miami, right?
Mhm.
And obviously the head person of Miami is Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
Right. And we, and I'm not, I should say it. I'm not hating on LeBron.
Okay.
Right. But we know when LeBron, the narrative is being that he's taking these nobodies to the finals all these years. Right. And we saw Miami, and even though it was a unicorn season, like we said, we saw him knock off. We saw Miami knock off the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
We saw Miami knock off the number 5 seed, and then we saw them knock off the number 2 seed after that, right? And
Convincingly.
how many people you probably cannot name all the starters on Miami, right? Unless you really know like basketball.
Yep.
So when they talk about how LeBron brought nobodies to the finals,
Okay.
Jimmy Butler pretty much brought in the same terms nobodies to the finals, and they may get swept. We don't know. The game is probably just about ending. All I'm asking is, shouldn't Jimmy Butler get, let's say, half the credit for getting this team to the finals that LeBron has with the same caliber team? Am I out of bounds for saying that?
Step out.
No, I would say that yes, there's more evidence right now, because I was thinking about what did he take nobodies? And he took nobodies in the first year, but then when he started having dudes like Mo Williams in his lineup, Dellavedova,
but they still was calling them. Nobodies.
I'm just saying what we're saying is, but then looking back on those teams, were they all stars? Were they even close to anything close to an all-star? And that's where we have to keep it a whole 100.
Right.
Because if I look back at those teams and J.R. Smith in the front row, right there, he's there. There's like I said, Mo Williams there. You got Ilgauskas, you got Varejao. They're them because of the team,
right?
But their game didn't speak for themselves. You just knew they were in the starting lineup for the Cleveland LeBron. So in that respect, yes, there were some nobodies. Where I look at Jimmy Butler, I see him have the Iverson mentality. That's the closest thing I've seen to Iverson is Jimmy Butler right now.
Yeah.
I know they want to give this dogged mentality of all this stuff like that with Kobe and give him all that. Yes, look, I get the mama mentality. I'm cool with that. I've seen the mama, so I don't need other people to be the mama mentality. What I'm seeing is there's other people that got to have attitude but don't have the mama mentality. Yeah, I see Jimmy Butler. It still has that. I don't want to lose, but I don't have to be determination. All those narratives, right? When it comes to Kobe and stuff like that. No, he doesn't have to have that. He's dope, but he's the alpha. He's the leader. He knows they go where he goes. If he plays like crap, like he did in game 1, they probably don't win. At the same time, this is what I think about Jimmy Butler. I think, unlike AD. And like you said, I don't want to be a hater on LeBron, but I'm going to be a hater of AD. Next year, I'll let y'all know I'm on AD watch because I'm over it. I'm so over AD. So I'm just going to let you know I'm on AD watch that's a preview of next year because I'm going to be in his butt for sure. Yeah. What I'm saying is about
that's gross.
Well, should I say pause? Yeah. Should I say, oh no. What I'm saying is look.
Said you'd be in his butt.
Well, I'll be in his ass.
Yeah,
how about that?
Gross. It's getting worse, dude.
All in it.
Am I out of bounds? I'm gonna save you.
Am I out of bounds?
I'm gonna save you. Am I out of bounds? In bounds.
You out of bounds, bro.
I'm out of bounds?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
I actually think you have a point, Mike. And I think that, he has to finish the deal. Just getting them to the finals isn't it? But what it does is it again shines light on what we all remember back then. It was the East. The East was relatively
At least the
weak
conference.
back then.
Well, and that's kind of my point, because I think that this East team, even though we talk about the season, these teams that Jimmy Butler
weren't
beat
injured
were
Yeah.
legitimately better than the
Mhm.
teams that LeBron beat.
You would think so. They're proven. Again, they beat a champion on their way up, beating Milwaukee. So I actually think you're in bounds. However, the jury's out just because they have to, seal the deal. If this
But LeBron
team,
didn't.
but if Jimmy
has.
does,
But he has.
but he has.
That's
So,
the thing.
yeah.
You don't give him
Yeah.
credit for what he's done.
No.
Lots
That's
of
what it is.
lots
No,
of teams
no,
have made
no,
it to the
yes.
final, lost, and never
Don't
made
give
it
him
back.
credit
this
for
is my
making
argument.
it.
This is my argument. The only time that LeBron has actually won, he's put on MVP, maybe not a winner, but a person that has been in MVP running, and definitely was another superstar. Those are the teams that he won.
Mhm.
So I'm talking about the teams, the Ngoskis, like you said, the teams that did not have another
Yeah.
superstar that they got to the finals, because they was talking about the reason why LeBron didn't win was because look who he brought to the finals. I just want
Right.
Jimmy Butler to get that same narrative.
Oh, yeah, he will be.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I say Iverson, because even though, what's the best Iverson did? Like, let's
No,
be honest here.
No. Now you're out of bounds.
Why?
You pushed it too far
Why?
because they've been in the conference finals 3 years, 2 finals. So,
No championships.
He's taking.
But no
the same,
championships.
yeah, but the same team, the same players. They have that chemistry. Each time Braun did it, was a different team, different guys, different.
No, I'm talking about
It
when
was
LeBron.
always. Yeah,
but he got
I'm
credit
saying
for
that
He got-
actually
he-
Jimmy Butler, you have to take that away because they've been together longer. They've had the same coach. They're in a different system that's established. Duncan's been there. Hero's been there. A lot of players have been there. They were in the bubble championship team, or the finals. So they have that experience where the team that Braun brought, none of those players
Okay,
had
cool.
any of that
Hey,
experience.
listen, I got to get out of here, but let me
Yes,
ask
you
you
do.
guys this, though. Let me ask you guys this.
All right.
Name me another player in any sport that gets more credit for losing a championship series, whatever it is. Nobody, the Bills went to the Super Bowl 4 times in a row.
Doc Rivers.
Nobody gets no credit. Nobody
Doc
talks.
motherfucker
Nobody,
Rivers.
you know what I'm saying?
That
Nobody
guy
talks about
keeps
that.
getting jobs.
No, I mean, I'm
and
just
working.
saying.
Like,
and I
LeBron-
don't get it.
He'll get a job this year.
LeBron gets more credit for just getting to the championships than any other player or team in any sport
Yes.
as a player.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm just asking, can Jimmy Butler just get on LeBron level for that?
No, not yet.
He can't.
He has to at least win 1 or 2.
No,
can't.
because LeBron won with another superstar. I'm just trying to get him the LeBron love.
Then,
just
then
to
it's
get on
apples
there.
and oranges.
The LeBron love that you're trying to say that Jimmy Butler should deserve is what they're doing is a retrospective, like it's championships missed. Like he's done all of this with what he had. Imagine if LeBron had more. That's what this is revisionist history. So that's the narrative that I'm telling you. That's what you're fighting against because they're saying I already got 4 championships with whatever you said I had was dirt. Imagine if I didn't have dirt.
But the 4 championships, he didn't have dirt.
Well, 2 of them he had elite.
And with that,
Yeah.
Money Mike, we're going to let you out. We're going to let you have some fun. Thank you.
All right, yeah, you guys, I got to go. But I definitely want you guys to touch on Vogel. I don't think Vogel's I think Vogel going to be coach
Oh,
of
jeez.
Phoenix. I'm gonna hear this to y'all. I want to see what y'all think about that. I
Okay.
think that's a way worse than Monty Williams. But I gotta go. But I'm gonna listen in the car.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Thanks, Mike. We'll see you next week. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. You're watching the Profanity Nation podcast.
United One Protection Services. With over 30 years of experience, United One Protection Services has more expertise and knowledge than the other security companies combined. Residential, commercial, municipal, or institutional, United One Protection Services does more than just security. We protect your livelihood. United One Protection Services.
Profanity Nation.
Profanity Nation.
A podcast for the fans, by the fans. Dive deep into the topics the other shows miss. Raw and uncensored.
And he's going to play team ball. His legacy is at stake.
Rare, hard-hitting interviews with players, coaches, and you, the super fans.
I'm not hating. I'm like, okay, cool. Good.
3 championships in 5 years. He's more than good, bro.
Profanity Nation. Listen live or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Powered by Jesse Brown of Keller Williams.
Hey, we're back, and it's just Stat Pat and myself, Simsta. We're going to get right into it now. Let's get into some fun. Okay. So Money Mike's gone, but that's okay. Let's get into this. I think we're going to have a great talk. So we have a referee that has been outed, at least for allegedly having a burner account. We're going to assume he has that's a legit burner account. We're going to go on this conversation and assume that allegedly means it's true. Eric Lewis, the referee, NBA referee, longtime NBA referee, he was already in the hot seat this year because pictures had come out of his family in Celtic garb, and it came out that they're huge Celtic fans. So the heat was already kind of on him a little bit, because, you know, well, then the shit hit the fan. It turns out it looks like he has a burner account, and he would go on Twitter and respond to people who were criticizing him. And say, oh, it's not that bad. It's that. Stat, what did you hear about it? What did you think when you first heard about it? And then let's just get into this.
Well, first of all, let's just go back to like we heard. Only reason why Eric Lewis, I think, is in the crosshairs is because of the fiasco that happened in Boston with the Lakers and the Celtics. Okay, fact that game was so egregious. Was that Patrick Beverly had to snatch somebody's camera to show the referees, like, look, bro, this is the foul.
You realize that
missed.
was him, right?
Yes, I know.
That was the camera. He showed to put in Eric Lewis's face. Eric Lewis is the one that called the T.
See, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So,
and what we're talking about here, if you haven't seen, you have to go look at this. This is the final foul where it was clear Tatum hit Braun clearly on the forearm.
Well, LeBron has got there because all we know is LeBron jumping on the floor.
That's what that was the narrative. Look at the crybaby.
Yeah,
look at this.
That's it.
Look how other people handle it.
Right.
And then, of course, on the other side of the court, it was the ghost foul against Schroeder.
Right.
So this came back to back, and it was just like, no, listen. The Lakers have had their share. We could go back to against the Kings. Let's not go too. We don't have to go too far in history to say, hey, there's questionable games that went the Lakers' way as well. But this doesn't appear to be an NBA. This appears to be a Donahue type thing. This is a rogue ref. His record is something like 22-4 when the Boston Celtics are winning.
Wait a minute. The fact that it feels like at least if you're Donahue, is like you're getting paid over these decisions.
Yeah.
So I get it.
You were betting.
So wait a minute. Are you saying that you have a personal vendetta against the Lakers because you're Celtics fans? Ain't no way on your watch are you going to make the correct call because your allegiance to a team that don't employ you?
Doesn't pay you, and in fact, it actually hurts. You're gonna probably lose your job.
You know what I'm talking
because
about?
of it, and not a dollar.
So what are we doing here? You're sacrificing everything. You're sacrificing your whole integrity,
your family name,
just for your
family name.
Seriously, just so you to uphold that franchise because you care about them so much. There was absolutely no way.
I hope Brett appreciates it. Our back, he's sitting there somewhere, smoking his cigar.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, Mr. Ref.
Yeah, right there. Like, yeah, that's something great.
Seriously, I mean, it's just it boggles the mind. I'm sure Adam Silver and other NBA powers that be are just pulling out their hair, going, "What is this?" But it makes for great news and great talk.
But wait a minute, hold on. We haven't even got to the best part because we're talking about him maybe just fudging because of his allegiance to the Celtics. Now let's take it back to his burner account. And his burner account, this dude is so fragile that he can't even accept criticism. He literally built a whole account just so he can snap back at all the people that is talking about the officiating of the jobs he's doing. So he can't even handle criticism. So that's how small he is. You know what I'm saying? And before,
like if you're gonna do it, step up, move on.
Yeah,
and
you did what you did.
As a ref, you're always gonna take heat. If you're gonna make these egregious calls, be ready for the effing heat. We all have HD TVs now.
Thank you.
We see that shit. What are you doing?
Did you get fined by the league? No, it's all good. Like, keep it pushing. Like, why are you engaging with the little folk to tell you how you did and you care about their opinion?
It's strange. It's very strange.
It's weird. It's like it just feels like small, like insecurity. Like it really does. I'm like, why would you have a burner account? It's kind of like when you think about like KD, the burner account. There's no reason for a burner account, dude. Like, say it with your chest or don't say it at all.
It speaks a lot to your ego, and your self-esteem.
Exactly.
And what boggles my mind about this is to reach, the climax, to reach the peak of your career, your occupation. I mean, if you're going to be a ref in basketball, there's no better than to be a ref. I mean, he could have been ref in finals. He was there.
He was reffing finals.
What are you doing? You don't need a KD. In order to get to that spot, you have to have a certain mindset, and they've been taking, I mean, at least in KD's situation, he's been taking heat all along. You always do.
Yeah.
And to still be, not to just let it roll off your back. It's really, really strange.
Yeah.
But at least KD is KD and it's just himself. He's not, he only affects himself. He's not affecting teams,
right? Oh
games,
yeah, that's
fans,
a
league.
That's true.
A league.
That's the best. That's the biggest point of it because when you talk about KD, at least KD is now grown into it. It's like, yeah, I'm petty.
Yeah.
I'm petty.
Whatever.
It's like when Shaq said something and then he didn't agree with it. He said Shaq don't know ball. And he got Shaq all riled up. He was riled up. He was talking all kind of shit, but he did it as KD. He didn't do it as the dude that was like Shaq could dismiss.
Yeah.
Shaq could dismiss KD because KD is KD.
Yeah.
So he was like, oh, I'm a giant just like you're a giant. We're talking giant to giant. You got to address me, right? And so he did. But I'm just saying, like, this Eric Lewis situation, he's doing this on the sneak. Like, he's trying to, like...
And then I think he tried to say, oh, I'm his brother. When he got caught, he's like, oh, no, I shouldn't have done this to E, is what he said. I shouldn't have put E in this situation. So now he's like, oh, man, he's just making it worse.
Yeah, you just digging that grave. And it's like, look, bro, like, he was like, remember I showed you where, like, he got suspended for the final. He did.
No, they're not. He can't put him in there.
So now... Like
you
said, you ruined your whole legacy over some bullshit.
I have a question for you because this does bring up a point, okay? The first heat he started taking was because people found pictures of his family in Celtics jerseys.
Shout out Laker fans.
Right, but
we docked that dude.
Should a referee, an official, an NBA, should his family not be able to root for a team? I mean, should they be neutral?
No, just because his family should. Dude, if you were
the optics look terrible,
right? And if you are from Boston and you met your wife in Boston and you both love Boston, chances are your whole family is going to be Boston. If you take a family picture, it's going to be Boston. I get that. However, what we're saying is this: you like. The league has to be like, we're just smoke this fire. And let's just take that out of the realm of possibility. Let's not even think that his allegiance could be swayed if he ref this game. Let's just take it out. He just systematically don't ref
Celtics
Boston
do.
games of importance.
Yeah.
Like, you know what
At
I'm saying?
all, actually.
Well, I'm just
At
saying,
all.
I will let
They
him.
can arrange that.
I will let him ref Boston, Charlotte, because I'm gonna let the Sharks do what they do. I'm gonna let Vegas do what they do. However, you know what I'm saying. But the point, the big games, the finals, nah, he can't ref those.
I think he's out of the league. I don't think we see him.
Yeah,
again.
he's.
I think
Oh yeah, he's done now.
the NBA can't afford that.
He's
at
done
all.
now. He's
so
done.
so the question is, if you're Adam Silver, is okay, easy fix. You get rid of him. But how do you vet this? How do you prevent this? Do you have to now? I mean, they obviously can look in the records and see what these refs records are when they ref this team or that team. I mean, if they look back and they go, well, let's look at who was reffing the games against the Lakers and the Clippers, because the Clippers are 11-0 now. They must be a Clipper fan. I
Right.
mean, it could be skewed. So is that number enough? Is that 22-4 or whatever it is enough to say, hey, something's going on there, or not really? I mean, it's hard. Is that a red flag? Is that something you can look at simply and say, I want to know how many games this ref has reffed against the Lakers and how many they won and lost? Is it over 50%? I'm betting that way. Is that something or not?
Well, the fact that we have these numbers, the fact that we have these,
that we live in a world
that we can literally say who's ref of the game. They call Scott Foster, the other guy, they call him the extender, because he sees anything. Like, he's like, okay, look, you're home. You might have game 3 in your house and you might be up 2-1 and game 4 is in your house, but I'm here now. So I want to call this stuff plain. It doesn't matter who's in the crowd. I'm not going to be swayed. We're playing bubble rules now. No advantage. And that's what Scott Foster's job is to do. And so there's stats.
He's the cooler.
Yeah, he's the cooler.
Yeah.
There's stats for him.
Yeah.
There's stats for this. And so I'm just saying that now the NBA has to be aware, and they have to take those stats that you're saying, not as arbitrary, but just like, okay, if you're 10-0, and I see there is some kind of tie, like there's some like, some like you're born in a city.
On those 10 games, you missed some crucial calls,
right?
But on the other games this year, you didn't.
Right.
See,
if you're not making calls in the last 2 minutes, but you're making calls last 2 minutes everywhere, but you're not going to make it against your team,
the whistle
against a blatant fouls against your team.
Yeah.
I can have a real conversation because I have the real data to be like, what's going on here? But I don't let it get to be 22-4 before now it becomes a situation, right? I'm gonna let it get to 8-1. Okay, that's good sample size.
The evidence is there. If they're not making calls or they're fudging calls, it's there. It's on video. You can see it.
Right.
Everybody can watch it. Everybody has access to the games. Everybody these days is a content creator, as we know. So you can go there and find it, and we can find the proof. The powers to the people. Go there and do that. Find it. If you think a ref is a little funky, find the proof, put it out there, and force the NBA to make a change.
Dox them.
That's it. Dox them. I don't know about that. Don't do that. But no addresses and phone numbers. But go ahead and release their stats. That's okay. That's all legal.
Release the stats.
Let's keep this going. Let's get this back to Lakers now, even though that was kind of Laker talk. Guy. All right. I don't even know what to make of this. A roster spot. Odds are right now, Vegas odds are right now, landing spot for Chris Paul next season is finally with the Los Angeles Lakers. Right? Look, I'm just going to go on the record right now. I'm not on board with this. I do not want another aging superstar. We just got younger. I know he's good. I know he's just, but he also gets injured. He also... Thoughts on this stat pack? I'm sure you've heard them.
Yeah, I just think we did the whole LeBron experiments. Now we've done them all. We've done the Melo.
You're right.
We've done the Westbrook.
We did the banana boat.
We've done things like this. Like, we don't have to do that anymore. And you should if you're Pelinka or the front office, you should feel more empowered to come to the negotiating table and push back on Clutch Sports when you did it your way, and your way produced results. Your way did what it did. Our ways did what it did, right? So now we gotta compare that. You wanted Westbrook. Westbrook gave us that We got rid of Westbrook. We got our guys in. We did this.
Done.
Done.
What do you want to do?
So what do you want to do? What you want to do? You want to now call the shots?
Mhm.
What do you have here that's going to make us believe that we have just because his ego, just because he want people? You have to now reestablish yourself as the Laker franchise and not get swayed by inside influences. Because it's like I said, I see. All we have to do is just tweak this roster, and I think we're good. And if he can't understand that, I don't know what we can do.
You know what is also, and again, we've talked about this. Lakers are always championship or bust, right? Fans are championship or bust. I'm gonna go on a limb and I'm gonna say this. No, if the Lakers keep this roster together, add another piece or two, and we compete and get to the Western Conference Finals next year, and even if we hit Denver again and run into a wall, Lakers fans are going to be okay. Okay, we're creating, we're chipping away, we're building. We're not, it's championship or but just like we're feeling right now,
Yeah.
it's growth, and we're going to continue because the question with Pelinka is this, right? We said, oh, in the bubble he's brilliant. Oh, we got LeBron, put this team together. Rondo got Dwight Howard, and they won, and then he ripped it apart, and you're like, oh, he's an idiot,
right?
Then this trade deadline comes and you're like, oh, he's brilliant
Right.
again. What he does this offseason and the team he's able to bring back can solidify him either as a fluke GM or as a legitimate GM. So it's an important offseason for Rob as far as I can see.
Yeah, is exactly what you said. Like, we have to now see where his talents lie, right? Can he negotiate contracts? Can he get people that he feels is going to fit best for the team, or trade people out, get more stuff? What can he do with the 17th pick? Can he trade it out, get something else? Like, whatever you're going to do. Like, we are now aware, because now we're in a precarious situation, right? It's like we see that we're there, but we know that we need reinforcements. So if we're not going to get these reinforcements, then that's going to be when the guys are going to be saying, like, Pelinka didn't do what he's supposed to do, and all that narrative, right? At the same time,
because just paying Reeves isn't enough.
No, it's not.
That's not paying Reeves. Paying Reeves is not enough,
because we need to see how can you figure out a way to keep Hachimura, because we will not be happy if you just kept Reeves and said that the sacrificial lamb was Hachimura. No. That's not giving me confidence in this front office.
Nope.
I need to have both of them. And I need to have all the people that have played around in the first. I mean, in the starting five.
Yep.
And I need to have those two off my bench or whatever, and then we can find a way to go ahead and like, because I'm not going to sacrifice Austin Reeves or Hachimura. I mean, for D'Angelo Russell.
Oh no,
we're not going to do that.
No.
We're not going to do that. So D'Angelo Russell has to be either we have to find him at a team friendly deal, or we need to find him a new home.
Yeah, he's not doing team friendly because he's still in the peak of his career.
Right.
He wants that contract.
So we're gonna have to find a new home for you, because we see what we see. And if you're asking for $100 million for 4 years based upon the performance that you did, because remember, we're looking at you under the situation where we are a championship or bust team. If we put you in this pressure cooker, we need to see who's going to rise to the top and who's going to go ahead and fall.
And what we're not looking at is the spikes. So he had some great spike moments in the playoffs that helped us win games. What we're talking about, if you look at it, we're looking at the players that were consistent. Those are the guys we want back.
Yeah.
We're not looking for the guy who's going to drop 31 and then next game 6 or with 6 turnovers.
Right.
That's not what we'd rather have the guy who drops 16 every game than the guy who drops. That's what we need.
Right.
So those are the guys that we're championing, and hoping that the Lakers stick with. That's for sure. We'll see what they do, but again, very, very important off season. That's for sure.
Definitely, like you said, for Pelinka in particular, because
let me ask you this: what position would you like? Let's just say, let's say he keeps Hachimura. He keeps Reeves. Okay, we got those and of course Davis, Braun, all that good stuff. What positions do you think they need to shore up still? Are we still looking at point guard? What do you think of Schroeder? The wings still need support. What are we looking at there?
Actually, what I'm thinking about with the Lakers, the whole was center.
Yeah,
like to have a legitimate center that's going to give you solid rebounds, solid assists. Like he's not going to give you 20 points.
Not an offensive rebound.
Not a-
Okay.
But he's going to be a pillar. He's going to be strong. He's going to be able to hit a shot. Maybe we're not asking this dude to get 17 points a game. It's like, say if, for example,
Can you name a player?
Brook Lopez.
Deal. Thank you. Okay.
If the Lakers had
again consistent,
Right.
You know you're going to get.
if you
something out
got
of
Brook
every
Lopez, if you got the Lakers got Brook Lopez, I'm just saying, and yes, we have a lot of holes. But if the Lakers had said we have this team, and all of a sudden the news came out, July 1st, the Lakers have come to terms with Brook Lopez, it would send ripples through the league because now they know the Lakers are legitimate because they know they're going to be able to, even if AD goes down,
they still have a big. And
they still have a big Hachimura to slide in.
Yeah.
Now we're still rocking and rolling. We're still going. Not like it's just like if AD goes down,
Yeah.
this
the
is
whole
over
scheme
with.
is over. You can't
It's
run
over.
any of the players. It's
Right?
over.
So if you have somebody like that in his place, then then we're talking about, like, to go taking it one step further. Jokic is the guy. So if Jokic is the guy, and I come with a double team,
Those fouls.
and now I got Brook Lopez on you, I still have AD as my rover. AD as my rover is what you don't want. You don't want him to be the help defender.
Yeah, which made a huge difference when Hachimura
Exactly.
took on Jokic and
Exactly.
opened up AD to
Exactly.
be the, it made
So
a big difference.
that's what I was talking about earlier. Like, we were talking about us and them. Yeah, we lost. We got swept. But if I have a guy that plays Jokic straight up and make him work for what he's going to get, and I got AD roving, I'm good. I'm back to having an advantage versus a disadvantage. So, yes, we don't have to tweak it. First thing I would do, find you a legitimate big man. It might not be Brook Lopez, but somebody that's going to be
Good
legitimate
fundamentals.
If I give him the ball, he's going to be able to make a little jump hook. He's pick
Yeah,
and roll
rebound.
guys. We're going to rebound. He's going to go ahead and block maybe a couple shots.
Take some of those hits down low that AD doesn't like.
4
to take.
fouls. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that guy,
Yeah.
then yes, I think the Lakers, then we can worry about all the other stuff. And like I said, we got the 17th pick. So then we can really start thinking about, do we want a scorer?
Yeah.
A young scorer
Uh-huh.
coming out of college, stuff like that.
And then Schroeder.
And then Schroeder, but Schroeder is going. Schroeder, actually, let's be real. Schroeder played himself into a contract.
He really
He
played.
didn't play
Not
himself
an
into
$80
the
million
4 and he won. They did that. But he played himself into more than the veteran minimum. It's kind of like Malik Monk. Malik Monk played
Yeah.
himself out of that minimum range, and he
Yeah.
got that payday. So
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to get Monk money, but I do think he's going to get something.
Do you
And then,
think he'll return the Lakers?
the Lakers are giving him $5-6 million a year. He could get that. I think he could get mid-level exception.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
So and that's great to hear because we've talked about it before. Lakers players come and either they wilt under those bright lights
Yeah.
or they shine.
Yeah.
I would say that Schroeder shine.
Yeah.
He played great. He was our most consistent guard outside of Reeves when he's playing guard.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind seeing him back. I was
Yeah.
more impressed with him from this season than last time he played with us. So D'Lo didn't, D'Lo, because he started with the Lakers, the lights didn't affect him, but he didn't rise. He also didn't wilt, but he didn't rise. He didn't grow. He just had some moments, and you're like, if you can just be consistent with that, you're a superstar.
I want D'Lo to come back. I just don't want D'Lo at the money D'Lo thinks he should get paid.
Yeah.
Because I think D'Lo does give us that he's another player that could get his own shot. Also, like, he's never been in this situation. Like, you think that playing in the playoffs is a really, really like pressure and stressful. Imagine doing that with the whole world on your back saying that we need number 18. We're greedy. We need that. We need that. Every play you make is scrutinized because we need that 18. We don't want to, we need the 18. We are so hell-bent on you doing everything because we're just right there. We can taste it, we can feel it. And so you feel that pressure. It trickles down to the player. And so every shot that you do, when you look at your stat line and you're 1 for 8,
Yeah, 1 for 8's not.
you
18.
can't hide under that.
1 for 8 doesn't.
You
equal
can't
18.
You can't be 0 for 6 for 3.
Yeah.
in the playoffs. There's gonna it might be 70 people in the room. Now there's 2 people gonna be like, yo, that 0 for 7. 3.
Yeah.
I don't know, like that.
Yeah.
So
That's like the commercial with Butler and NECA.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you have a whole reel of air balls.
The
The Michelob Ultra going back and forth. All right. Well, there'll be plenty to talk about, everybody. That's for sure. So, the Lakers never really have an off season. That's also what I love about the team. That's what I love about the NBA. So let's see what happens in this finals. Let's see what happens going on. And until then, the WNBA is up and rolling. The Sparks are up and rolling.
Yeah.
The Drew League is only about a week or so away. Venice Ball out here in Los Angeles is up and rolling, man.
It's summer.
Yeah. It's basketball is plentiful out here in LA. So if you're looking for a place to visit and you want to catch some great games, let me tell you, come to LA, catch the Drew League, catch Venice Ball. WNBA in a town near you. It's still rolling. It's still going even after the finals. So be sure not to miss it. Stat Pat, thanks for sticking around after Mike left. I appreciate it. Thanks for being here.
Down, man.
I'm glad to be back after some vacation.
I know, right?
I took my fishing trips with the Lakers, so I'm feeling good. I'm all stuffed on my fish. So everything's great. We will be back next week. Thank you for joining us. Of course, the Profanity Nation podcast. Do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. The best place to catch us is on infanitytv.com. infanitytv.com. You'll see all the other shows over there. Be sure to follow us online on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere we go. All right. Until then, we'll see you next week. We out.
Peace.